Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today, this is a lot different video than I've ever posted. The Hillbilly needs some help. The old service van, she's been broke down for 3 days now. I've been working on it and have had zero success. There's a wiring issue. It's either a control wire or a ground or maybe a bad ECM. I don't know. I have exhausted my knowledge and I had to call in a professional. So I called Eli at Discount Diesel. He operates a mobile diesel mechanic service right here in Beckley. And I've been sending him a lot of RV work for the last year or so because I don't do any chassis work on RVs. That's why I'm in over my head here. So that's why I called in a professional. So he takes care of all the RV chassis stuff here in town. Or I try and send him all the work that I possibly can. But today, I had to hire him to help me. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can get it going. If you don't mind, Eli, you just want to say hello?
Hi, everyone, and YouTubers out there. I'm Eli with Discount Diesel Truck Repair, and just like he just got done saying, he does send me the RV repairs on the engine work. And we've had quite a few requests for service on those, and today we're out here trying to help him out and get him up and going so he can get back out there and do his job. So we'll see what we can do for him today.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you being here, Eli, because like I say, I have exhausted my knowledge. It took me about 5 minutes, so that's just not a lot of knowledge. I don't really know how much we're going to video. I just thought it would be cool to let you know that sometimes the professional has to call another professional. Because like I say, just in over my head here. It's just like cement work. When I got a big pad I need poured, I hire somebody. But when I got something little like this sidewalk over here, I'll show you. I needed a sidewalk between the two buildings, and me and Cameron formed it up, and I poured it and worked it last week, and that's good enough for me. So I'll do little stuff like that, but when there's a big pad or something to do, no, I hire somebody. So Eli right now is basically just verifying everything that I told him that I found, which was very little, and so he has to verify everything, because you can't trust the customer, because the customers never give you all the truth, so you can never trust the customer. And by that chuckle he gave him, I know he totally agrees with me.
Oh yeah, you know that. Yeah. We've both seen that at least once.
At least once, yes. There was that one time.
That one time. I swear that's what it was.
Yeah. And it's funny. The mechanics I watch on YouTube, the other mechanics, it's the same way. They never get the whole story, or the customer will leave something out. And I don't think I've left anything out. Not on purpose anyway, because if I screwed something up, I would tell him. So all you people out there that call somebody to work on something, give them all the facts and the truth, and it'll make things a whole lot easier and cheaper for you. I did put 2 new batteries in it Friday too, because the batteries are like 11.5 volts, and I looked and they were 5 years old, so I put 2 new batteries in it too.
All right.
Because I figured it was time.
You'll figure out something?
Oh, I got the professional here now.
Well, that's what counts.
Yeah, so when you ain't got no sense and you don't know nothing, you call a professional, right?
Right, that's the reason they call you to work on campers.
That's right.
Work on diesels.
That's right. Yeah. When did you start your business here in Beckley, Eli?
About 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Apparently it's going well because you're getting a really good reputation in the area. So
It's been taking off.
Yeah.
It really has, and we've been staying busy.
Yeah.
And, but lots of years before, working for other people,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot harder doing it for yourself because you don't get a vacation, you don't
Yep.
get all that.
Well.
But there's also benefits,
Yeah. Well,
to doing it. So
you will learn to schedule some you time, family time.
yeah.
But that's
Don't always have the best boss.
no.
The boss is a slave. He really drives you, man. He
Yeah.
makes you work hard.
Yeah.
He gets you going. Make sure you're up early in the morning before any places are open, so you can get a head start.
What? You're supposed to get up early? Oh
Something
man,
like that.
I think I forget to do that every morning. I got banker's hours.
There you go. Hey, that's what we're trying to get to, man. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never met anyone that tried to go out on their own that made it work like that, but.
Oh well, when you've been doing it for 23 years, you learn to work it like that.
There you go. Hey.
Be 24 if I make it this June 1st.
Wow.
He's just down there with his test light right now, checking down there to where that relay goes, the relay that runs that fuel pump. That's the issue we're having. I don't know whether I even said that. That the lift pump back there at the tank. It's not in the tank on this vehicle, but the lift pump will not run. I don't think General Motors calls it a lift pump. I forget what they call it. They just call it a fuel pump, I believe.
Maybe a fuel transfer pump.
Actually the receipt and everything just said fuel pump.
Fuel pump.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the problem. Fuel pump won't run. The electric fuel pump that feeds the injection pump, and so that's what we're working on. And that, like I say, that it powers, gets its power through that relay. So that's where he's at, down in that terrible hole on this van. Nothing on this van's easy to get to. Nothing. On a pickup, that'd be right up there on top of the fender, or you have full access to it. But you see, he's a pretty tall feller, and he's in there elbow deep.
Oh yeah. Vans are always a treat for mechanics.
Oh yeah.
It's always a good.
Well, I told you I had that guy do all that engine work there a few years ago. I wouldn't have tackled that for $1 million.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've done some work to this idler pulleys. It goes through idler pulleys pretty quick, and I've done a water pump on it several years ago, and none of it was any fun on this van. And we're back, just like that, right? No, it's 3 weeks later. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks or 4. I don't know. I'll figure it out during post-production. Put something up here. 3 or 4 weeks since the van broke down. Okay, so we had Eli here helping us diagnose it. He spent a lot of time here, just going over what I'd done and trying different things. And the best we could tell, the ECM, engine control module, was bad. We were getting no signal out of the ECM to turn the fuel pump on. We chased that wire. The wire is only this long between the ECM and the fuse box, where it goes in that relay. Yeah, he agonized over the decision. He checked, he double checked, he triple checked, and the only thing we could figure is the ECM was bad. Bad thing is, you can't get a new ECM for this van. There's none available. I called junkyards all over America. A lot of these junkyards are connected to 40 junkyards all over the world, all over the country, not the world, and couldn't get an ECM. The only option I had was to order it from a company. That you can find them online. What they do is refurbish ECMs, test them, program them, send them to you. Well, here, finally got the ECM today, or actually got it Saturday. This is Monday. I was out of town all weekend, so let me show you. New to me ECM. It's just reconditioned. They took all the factory tags off of it, put their tag on here. Here it is. Auto module source. Okay. These companies that sell these refurbished ECMs, they're a nightmare. Be honest with you. This company here used to call themselves Auto Computer Exchange, ACE. They still call themselves ACE, but as far as well, when I called, okay, it's the first place I called, and that ECM $1,200 programmed, and talked to a salesman, very fast talking salesman. I'm not going to tell you his name. Just very short. Don't really have time to talk to you. He's like, yeah, we got one, $1,200. Okay. Well, let me do some other checking here, and I'll get back with you. He said, now if you're checking with that place in New York, now you do not want to deal with them. They got 1,400 complaints against them with the Better Business Bureau, and blah 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 blah. He never once told me how their rating was. So I called the other company. They were a lot nicer on the phone, but my salesman told me they had a bad rating of the Better Business Bureau. So I went and looked. Sure enough, they do have 1,400 and some complaints. Most of them had been rectified. So I was like, I wonder about ACE. They don't have a listing with the Better Business Bureau. So I kept doing some searching, found them under a different name. 9 years ago, they changed the name of the company. Well, they've got just as many bad complaints as the other company. So, so I find some other companies that do the same thing. All the same. Horrible reviews on the Better Business Bureau. The ones that have a nice website, they're nothing but great reviews, 5-star reviews on their website. And all these companies have, between 1.2 and like 1.5 stars, Better Business Bureau. None of them are credited by the Better Business Bureau. So what do you do? Can't get it anywhere else. Everybody I talked to, they were either $980 to, gosh, one of them was like $1,500 for that ECM. So I just went with the original one I called, and so I guess 2 weeks ago, tomorrow, I called him up and said, hey, let's do this. Let's get me one. He said, okay. So I waited till Friday. And me and him had been texting. I guess they have company cell phones or whatever, so we were able to text. And I texted him on Friday. I'm like, hey, when can I expect to see my ECM? Nothing. No, that was on Monday. I'm sorry. I gave him from Tuesday until Monday. I texted him. Like, when can I expect it? Didn't hear nothing. So Tuesday, I called him. And I'm like, so it's been exactly a week. And he's like, well, did you send us your old one? No. Did you tell me to send you the old one? No. Oh, well, we got to have your old one to clone it to the new one. I said, well, that would have been very useful information a week ago. I'll get it in the mail. I said, where do I need to send it? So you had to send me a special address, not the address that I already had, and very specific instructions on what with a magic marker to write on the old ECM an order number, my name, his name, all that. He had not ever told me that before. So I got that in UPS to him. Didn't get it in the UPS until Wednesday. So they got it Friday. So they got it on that Friday between like 4 and 4:30. And so Monday I texted him. I'm like, hey, you got my old ECM? Friday, between 4 and 4:30. How much turnaround time can I expect? Nothing. So Wednesday, I just called the company, and I'm like, hey, this is me. What's going on? The girl's like, oh, that's gonna ship today. Fantastic. I said, when? She said, by 4 o'clock. Okay. She said, I'll text you a tracking number when it ships. Okay. Never not got anything. So Thursday morning, I texted her back. I was like, hey, I did not get, I think I got my days mixed up. Anyhow, the next day I texted her, and she's like, oh, that's going out today. Definitely by 4 o'clock. On Wednesday, still hadn't shipped. Well, about a little bit after 5, my salesman called. He's like, hey, man, you ever going to get us that old ECM? I was like, hey, man, I texted you Monday and told you got it last Friday, and you've already got it. Oh, okay. Well, we'll get right on that. Click. Because every conversation with these people, with this company, has ended in a click. Not a goodbye, not a thank you, just a click. Right in the middle of a conversation, I'm asking a question, click. Or they answer a question, click. Every conversation ends with a click. No thank you, no nothing, okay? Which really irks me. So they finally did get it out to me, and I have it. And now I am waiting on Eli. He should be here any minute now, and we're gonna try it. Because I got this on Saturday, like I said, I was out of town. So I called my salesman this morning because I'm concerned. The pickup ECM part number starts with a 125. The van starts with a 126. Big difference between a pickup, 06 Chevy pickup with a Duramax, than this 06 Chevy van with a Duramax. The pickups do not have an electric fuel pump. This does. That's a big difference. That's what's wrong with this van, is the fuel pump won't run. So I called my salesman. I'm like, hey, just want to make sure we got the right computer. All of a sudden, he doesn't know who I am. I've been talking to this guy for 3 weeks. I call him, and he goes, hey, Kenny. He knows who I am. All right, today, all of a sudden, he doesn't know who I am. So I have to tell him who I am. And I was like, I'm just concerned, Richard. This is the wrong part number. And they only put the first 3 of the part number on. Because like I said, I showed you, they took off all the factory tags, put their tag on. They only put the first 3 part numbers. He's like, well, did we know it was for a van? Yes, Richard, we knew it was a van. Oh, he said they're all the same. I said, no, Richard. Pickup doesn't have an electric fuel pump. Van does. That's what's wrong with the old ECM. Was no power to run the fuel pump. Oh, it'll work. It's right one. It's like, click. So I have no idea whether this is the right ECM or what's going to happen. But Eli will be here in a minute. We're going to find out, and hopefully it fixes it, and we can wrap this thing up, and I can move back into my van, which will make me very happy. So stand by. I'll fire the camera back up when Eli gets here. Oh, well, Eli just left. Guess what? That didn't fix it. No change. Absolutely no change. So was not that $1,200 ECM that we waited 2 weeks on, or 2.5 weeks, whatever it was. So Eli pays for a service where he can talk to other techs, and he's gonna get a hold of them people, see if anybody has any ideas on what to look for. I kind of wish he'd done that a couple weeks ago, to be honest with you, but him and me and him, and mostly him, done enough testing to where we were fairly confident it was going to be the ECM. But I knew it was a gamble. It is always a gamble when you have a component you can't completely test. It's a gamble. I run across that all the time. I'll run across things that I'm working on. I tell my customers, look, especially generators, Onan generators especially. You know, I'm fairly confident that it's this $600 part. Am I completely confident? No. Is this a gamble if we order this part? Because it's an electrical part, we can't return it. It's a gamble. I said, are you willing to take that gamble? But I understand up front that it's gamble. Okay? We may lose, we may win, but we're not going to know until we take the gamble. So sometimes that's what you got to do. So yeah, I don't know how. We'll be back when we have more news, and we'll add to this video. Well, this is about a week later again. This van has been a nightmare. You know, my greatest fear with owning a diesel vehicle that's getting some age on it and, you know, getting some mileage on it was having engine troubles or electrical problems. Well, about 3 years ago, I put several $1,000s into the engine, and so the engine's good now. Now I've had my big electrical problem. I really hope this is it. So since we last talked, the next day I decided, you know, I'm done. I mean, Eli's a great guy and all that, but he just does not have the equipment to do this type of work. So I called our local Chevrolet dealership and asked them how backed up they were, and they said, you get it to us today, we'll start on it today. If not today, tomorrow. I said, well, I can't get it there today, but I can get it there first thing in the morning. They said, great, you get it there first thing, we'll start on it tomorrow. Okay. So I contacted a local towing company, and the same one that towed it from my house up to the garage, and they said, yeah, we can do that first thing in the morning. I said, fantastic. So I got up early the next morning, was ready for them to, you know, call, say, hey, we're on our way. So I waited about 7:45. I hadn't heard anything. I called them up. I'm like, hey, where y'all at? Oh, we'll get it sometime today. I said, no. You said you'd do it first thing this morning. They was like, oh, did we? Okay. Well, we'll see if we can find somebody. So then the driver called, and he's like, hey, he said, they're wanting me to come and get that van. He said, what are we hauling? I told him what it was. He's like, well, I can't haul that with a heavy rescue truck. I said, no, we don't need no heavy rescue truck. We just need a rollback or something like that. So, yeah, the driver really stepped up where the dispatchers didn't step up. He finally come with a wrecker. We got it to the dealership about 11 o'clock. Well, when I went in to check in, she's like, well, I had to put that mechanic on another job, and you know, he maybe I know he's not gonna get to it today, but probably tomorrow. Okay, great. So, you know, that day goes by. The next day comes along. So I waited till like lunchtime. I'm like, hey, what's going on? I called him. I said, what's going on? She said, oh, he's still tied up on that big job. I said, what? I said, well, you gonna get to it today? Well, maybe, but enough today, definitely tomorrow. Okay. Well, so the next day, I got up early again. I went to our local donut connections, kind of like a Dunkin' Donuts. It's just a donut shop. I got 3 dozen donuts, and I took them to the dealership, and I give them to the lady in service. I'm like, here, give these to your guys. Once they've had their fill, give them to everybody else in the dealership. And I said, oh, by the way, is he going to get to my van today? She said, I don't know. He's really tied up. You know, he's trying to finish up because he's going on vacation Tuesday. I'm like, please. Just before lunch, I get a call from the Chevrolet dealership. It's the lady in service. She said, the tech, he started your van and drove it to the next town and back, and he can't find a problem with it. I was like, are you kidding me? And the tech was standing there with her, and he's like, yeah, I cleared the codes. And he said, you know, I cut the fuel pump on and off with my scan tool. He said, I drove the van to Oak Hill and it runs great. I don't see anything wrong with it. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So I'm like, what happened to myself, you know? Is there a short in the wire? Is there a wire shorted to a ground or shorted to a power that don't need to be shorted to power? Did the trip up from the garage to the dealership on the back of a wrecker, did it jiggle something loose? I don't know. But anyhow, I got my van back. I got it back on my birthday. That's all. My wife asked me 2 or 3 days before my birthday. She said, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "I want my van back." She said, "Well, I can't help you." I said, "Well, nobody can apparently." So I did. I got it back on my birthday. So I've drove it several times. Everything seems to be hunky-dory. So I don't know. Is this problem going to come back? Is it going to come back at a very inopportune time? You know, is it going to break down somebody's driveway? I don't know. But anyhow, got it fixed. Cost me a small fortune, but I got it fixed. That's all that really matters. And just, you know, this is a weird video, but just let you know that not everything goes smooth. Life is full of bumps in the road, and no, this is not, this wasn't a life-changing event. It wasn't a big health issue on my part or anything else, but it's very stressful for me. I didn't have my service vehicle. I think it was just about 4 weeks altogether, and I lost a lot of sleep. Worrying about it and thinking about it and wondering what I'm going to do next. And so anyhow, so there you got it. It is fixed, and we're going to move on. Hopefully it'll stay fixed. You all move on too. Move down there and leave me a comment. Check out all the links below. Plenty of stuff going on down there. Drop me a line to that post office box. Send me a postcard from where you're from. And yes, they still have postcards. And especially if you live in a kind of a touristy area. Drop me a postcard. Drop me a note. Let me know where you at, what you doing, and all that sort of thing. And y'all do that, and I am going to go up the road, and I'm going to fix another one. So y'all have a fantastic day. Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today, we got something really exciting.
What are you doing, Hillbilly?
What
are you wearing?
I didn't quite finish. She was close, though. Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today, we got something very exciting to announce to you. Cue.
What are you doing, Hillbilly?
What am I wearing?
What are you wearing, Hillbilly? No. Do it again.
Do it
Take
again.
Take
3. I've already done my part.
I know. I want you to do it again.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today, we have something very exciting to announce to you.
What are you doing, Hillbilly?
Apparently, it's very funny, too.
Oh, okay.
I've already done
What are you doing, Hillbilly? What are you wearing?
Say it seriously.
I can't right now. Oh, there's Bonnie. Act with Bonnie right now.
No.
Okay. What are you doing, Hillbilly? What are you wearing?
Hey, Bonnie. Kitty.
She laughed.
Hey, kitty.
She knew it was her time to act.
Bonnie. Come here. Kitty. If you don't act, you don't eat.
They clean up good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had this one on for about 5 minutes the other day and had stuff all over it. And it washed up nice, so.
Check us out. Buy a shirt and let us see you wearing your shirt out and about.
Yeah, I like the first one so much better.
Well,
I know. See, I thought I liked all that. Let's just do it all over again. Just take 2 minutes. Come on. Yeah, I think that one will work.
oh,
it.